Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. We're going to be talking something very, very important today because tomorrow the energy is going to be the power of self. And what I'm talking the power of self in there, don't thinking about that it's the ego within. It's going to be with the ego situations as your understanding. But what is your understanding about ego? The ego came out very early with this energy, but it's more description with self. So basically, what you're carrying within you, that's what is going to come out. And with this energy as the moon, it's going to be exiting out of the family. Who is exiting out of the family? What was the reason you abandoned the family? Are you the reason for you to grow, or you're the reason in carrying providing everything for the family down the road, or you're exiting because of your one self? Basically, you've been selfish. Today, the challenge of the moon, it's going to be finding the truth. As the moon, it's going to be going into Leo. She's going to be squaring both Liliths, which is they came in within the relationships, but at the same time, she's going to be opposing Pluto. Thus, she's going to have a choice. Yourself is going to be controlling where the intuition will go. This is kind of like an expressions of, let me put it this way, you already predetermined inside of you for whatever reasons in there that you're going to be choosing the negative or you're going to be choosing the positive. When you choose the positive, you're liking to see the negative. When you choose the negative, you only see the negative without seeking the opportunity that they can turn to a positive. And this is going to be a one of those days. This is going to be a one of these kind of like energies that is going to be coming in with this. And this is why today I'm going to be asking you to seek the balance and use the wisdom within yourself to see, okay, if it's something it's negative, let me see how can I turn to a positive and why I'm seeing it as negative. At the same time, something is positive and you don't see the negative side, but when you find it down the road, what is happening with this? You see, the intuition is about the visions to see the reality as it is, not to turn it, not to twist it, not to control it, not to manipulate it, but you to be with the energy that it's going to be about the truth within the reality and accepting the reality. That is going to be the power of the oneself. You see, this is what is going to come out today, and this is why those visions here, they are going to be at these positions right now. So with that being said, we're going to go through the hourly chart pretty quick with this. You're going to be seeing it, those energies later on. This is about the 8 o'clock energy. When I put that 8 o'clock energies in particular, it is about this friendshipness and opposing Saturn. Be mindful about those energies because you are blocking that particular wisdom that is going to be coming in. Okay. And the wisdom that you were blocking to the day, you are going to be getting it at 8 o'clock. All right. So go back into the day. The things is not going to be that much intensified, but it all depends of your level of perceptions because in the morning, the moon, it's going to be with the sun and divine energies pretty much until 11 o'clock. And that energy is going to be leading it within the way. But when you get into the morning, as you see it right here in the chart, this is that square of Mars and the moon towards the both Liliths. They're coming together within the relationships. Balance is the key. But what do you do with the balance? You know, some of the astrologers, they use one Lilith or the other Lilith. I use them both because he has to have a balance. Because the one, he goes and she moves so fast, while the other one, it's more stationary and it's focusing you to work on a certain issues. in there. But when they both coming together, this is a like an energy when the shadow looks for what they need to fix. When it comes together, and particularly when they coming and make this aspects with the moon, things are going to be communicated because you're going to see it. And what you're going to see it is a conflict. Okay, but if you see the conflicts, you're not going to be able to see what is coming in here. You're not going to be able to see the true visions of what you have to let it go. You're not going to be able to see this power wisdom that's going to coming in from Saturn. And this is why, for those who's not going to see it, they're going to realize it later on at 8 o'clock, because when the ascendant goes to Virgo, right there, that is it about determining the truth. I see it. And once you see things, you cannot say that I didn't saw it. All right. But the ascendant is going to be early in the morning with Aquarius energies, very powerful towards Jupiter. All of a sudden, this energies is going to be taking off for that growth. Very, very powerful. The midheaven is going to be opposing Jupiter, but with the ascendant and the energies in there, that thing is going to can be overcome. Very powerful energies. They're going to be going into towards Venus, even though that Venus right now can be feeling like little bit left out, little bit let it by myself. What I'm going to be do with myself. A lot of the people when they're by themselves, they're scared. They need to have somebody around because they have to deal with them themselves, right? And who is more scary? The baby, right? And that energy of the Venus is in Aries and the baby of the zodiac. In there, you're going to be feeling it. But that is going to be able to help you. It's like, hey, where is your self-love? Okay? So be mindful about that energy. Is going to be coming in and is going to be able for you to grow. All right. Next hour at the 8 o'clock, these divine energies from the moon towards the midheaven at Sag. You have something around this degree. I'm talking about the 21st degree of Sag. You're going to be feeling those divine energies. They are powerful, but they are working together with the self, with the authority, with the communications of oneself, and the focus will be the intuition. This is what is going to tell you where you're going to be pointing out your intuition to work. Okay? So if you're pointing your intuition to work through the problems, you only see the problems, and you're acting out of the fears, you're going to be missing all these positive energies up here, all this divine wisdom that is going to be coming in. So don't be closed-minded, be open-minded, but open-minded for the both spectrums of the energies, okay? Otherwise, you are going to be like one directions with the blinder horses, the blinders and the horses, and you just go in direct. Okay, open up a little bit. It's going to help you. The next hour, this is going to be some challenges for some of the people who are particularly at work. But you're going to be seeing at the work that needs to be. It's kind of like a heavy energies, but not so much. It needs to be done though. A lot of the energy is going to be directly towards the public service in there. So if you're working on the public service, like a policeman, fireman, nurse, doctor, and so on, social worker, you're going to be finding this thing is because right now the people are fed up. They maybe don't like certain things, but you still have to do your duties, right? So also be mindful if you put your selfishness towards work. I'm talking about the lack of this energy that is going to come, because something with the work is missing. What is missing with the work? The flow. Okay, and the flow is going to be coming in later on within you, because when are you emotionally you're busy with something else, are you focused on the work? No, you're not. So with those intense energies that are coming in from the moon, particularly with if you have family relations issues to fix in there that are coming with the oneself, you are going to be more putting into that pressure, as the ascendant is going to be towards Chiron. The wounds that you're carrying within you, the self-wounded, because sometimes the damage was not made from the people, but you look at it as a damage because people did not did something for you when you wanted, not asking it is a proper, it is an improper, what is it, and so on. So with this kind of like a things that you're gonna be seeing it with this energies is gonna be asking you to look inside of yourself, and this is gonna be when the Sun and Mercury there sextile link right now, Chiron. Beautiful time for taking this new approach within yourself. What are you telling yourself? With this energy that it's coming together with the both Liliths. They're both in 25th degrees of Libra. Okay, they're very powerful right now. They have their combined force in there, but they tell you be mindful what you see is not what you see is not what it is. Can you focus within the reality? Okay, and if you're focused within the reality, you're going to be able to see the both sides. Okay, the ones that you are seeking everything is so negative, the one that you see so is positive, the projections that you see, the expectations that you see, and the blindness, which is the pink glasses of you seeing life. And then all of a sudden inside of you, let me be real. Okay, let me be real, because that is gonna be the things that they are gonna be pushing forward. All right, talking about the work again in the next hour, 10 o'clock in the morning. That is gonna be this midheaven that it's gonna be at Capricorn. Talking about the need of cardinal changes. You gotta change. The bosses has to understand how to change. You know, one of the greatest failure of the business is, particularly for the people who are above you and so on, one of the greatest questions that never was asked. Hey, how can I make your job more productive, more better here? They don't ask that. They give an orders. They don't take any suggestions. And this is going to be a one failure, but that thing is going to come in for the people who are going to be in a proper way, even in you. That's going to be the wisdom that it's going to be leading, and it's going to coming into Venus. Okay, for everyone, those energies is going to comes in and creates the rebalancing of these cardinal changes, and you're going to be understanding what actually you have to do. It has to do something with the material situations. Usually midheaven that it's trining Taurus, that is the work that it's need to be providing. But who it is there? Uranus, sudden changes is gonna come. All of a sudden opportunities about job. Something that you may be gonna be doing some things that is gonna help you within the material world. That's what this is mean. And seeking at those opportunities is gonna be helping you out to seek the reality. But if you're focused on this red square here and this opposition, guess what? You're missing to see the rest of the stuff that goes on. Okay, so pay pretty good attentions to what you feel. Okay, the feelings they're coming within the moon. All right, but ask yourself through the light detector what you feel. Is that true, or that is coming from fears or projections and there with yourself? Transformation time, the moon is going to be challenged right there. This is what I'm talking about. If you're already using the Age of Aquarius energies, if you're in that, you have no problems going into the North Node to Venus. That energy is going to Mars and the moon, and you're all set. You are balanced with this. So as the ascendant is focused within Jupiter, they are beautiful trine with Pluto and particularly the North Node right now. Everything goes as supposed to be. Okay, there is nothing. You're gonna see that the things is gonna come in and they're gonna be moving forward. All right, the next hour at 12 o'clock, we are gonna have the midheaven that is gonna be with the self. You're gonna be, you know, usually during that time, the midday, okay, because this is a midheaven. All right, that is the time that you actually kind of like internally, you may not realize in it, but internally you make kind of like this revisions of oneself. How far did I get? How far I have to go? Okay, I'm at a break right now. I'm taking my lunch, and I see that what I need to organize when I back home, what I'm gonna be doing, what I have to do, and so on and so on. But there is gonna be some certain changes within that process. Because what you thought you should do, the reality is asking for something else. How do you feel when the universe changed the reality? Oh, you don't like it, right? So don't go against the universe because he has a purpose. He wants to teach you, don't control the things, flow with the things, flow with the reality. And when you flow with the reality, nothing goes wrong. You're just resolving things that turn out to be wrong in a way, but you're flowing. Okay, and when you're flowing, you're knowing, right? All right. 1 o'clock. That energy of the midheaven with Pisces is gonna bring a little bit that you need to work on psyche within you, on the spirit within you, the spirituality. And to remind you that the spirituality helps you and your philosophy, and the philosophy fixing the psychology. The psychology sets your mind. Your mind sets the energies. The energies become vibrations, and then that everything turns into a magnetic field. And that magnetic field, you are either attract or reject. But that energy is focused within the feelings, within the emotions. As the ascendant at Cancer is like, hey, what happened with the family? You may have to deal with something within the family relationships that right now it's gonna have to be revised within the psyche, as the North Node is in Pisces. Okay, we are revising what we have to let it go of the Pisces. Okay, guys. So that's how it goes. All right, the next hour, the midheaven is going to be with Saturn. Beautiful energy. The wisdom is coming. Hopefully you see the proper wisdom. Hopefully you get some people who comes around. They give you proper advices. Ascendant is with Mars. He's like, okay, it's time to act on this. But Mars says like, act but slow and down. Revise before you act. Particularly on the family matters in there, because there has been a hurts. A lot of the masculine energies, they don't want to act right now at anything because they're afraid of being hurt. They cannot be vulnerable. They cannot be an open. And they have to revise not only what they know, but also what did they do. Because some of the masculine energies, they're going to be afraid because of knowing what they are without the change. And they're going to change. Very beautiful self-realizations processes. Beautiful father-son relationships with that. Okay, very beautiful communications of change, taking it a new way. Okay, taking it a very new way. All right, the next hour, 3 o'clock, the midheaven, it's with Venus, powerful energies into the moon. This is gonna be like this beauty. You see it, how this, the energy is focused of what it's coming towards. Keep it that energy, understanding that energy, because that energy is gonna be with you for a while. That's gonna give you a power, you to move and create. You see, when you already have settled the family, what do you want to do? Back in the days, what the people they did is they expand. I'm gonna make the farm here, then I want to make some the storage room, then I have to make an home. I have to dig this hole, so because this hole it's cold, so we can keep the vegetables in there. Here I'm gonna be start digging at some a well, so we can have a water here. Where does that come from? The authority, the growth that it's coming in with this. Usually the people want somebody else to make it, that king's personality. But you cannot be a king before you become a human, because when you become the wrong king, then they take you down. And that's the history lessons or something in there. Okay, while that authority of expansions that it's coming in there, it's gonna be coming and created. The wise Leo, they are very powerful, but the Leo that only wants to control and have this typical attention-seeking energies, guess what's happening? They're trying to have somebody else does their work for you. They're immature because they don't know how to do it. Okay, but now since this energy here, it's very beautiful. You also see the lack of transformations, but you also see the lack of balance within you. Why cannot do this? How come the other people do it, but I can't? Okay, the 5th year of your life. Take a look at it. Did somebody spend the time to teach you certain things? Did somebody spend the time of giving you the proper talks? This is where you build the wisdom at the 5th year within yourself, about yourself. Okay. So that energy is going to be chuckle later on. You're going to be seeing it within you. But right now, the midheaven and Aries is opposing the both Lilith. That energy is squaring the moon. The moon is opposing Pluto. But focus not on the intense energies. Focus of the oneself. See, this energy here is resolving that conflict right away. Okay. It's resolving that energy, and then we have the energy that it's going to be coming in from the sun right here. It's going to be able to help out as well. So the moon and the north node, Neptune and Venus, they're helping with the transformation, so the problem of this opposition is resolved. And right now the sun and Mercury, they're helping to resolve this issue here of you to be able to see the reality as it is, because it is what it is. All right, 5 o'clock, the midheaven is not going to have some aspects in there, but the ascendant of Leo is going to be trigger the sun and Uranus. We are going to see this within the full moon. Okay, that energy is going to beginning to start bubbling up. And the worst fight that you got to have, it's not with somebody, it's with the oneself, because you don't want to change. And right now the change is upon us. And here you feel like you don't have a choice but to change. But change with peace. Okay? Change with what the reality needs for you. Adjusting to the new ways of life. The more new things. I'm not talking about the artificial intelligence and so on and so on. You have to be the top notch of everything. I'm talking about of different ways. As how you are as a human. Okay? How you are as a human. How you become this example of new approach. Very beautiful time at 6 p.m. as the ascendant is in divine energies of Pluto and the North Node and Neptune. I spoke about these energies. This is the divine order that it's required. Who can make the divine order? If you're in a hospital, it's the nurse. She tells you cannot put the foot in a nightstand. The doctor will come and scream at you. You need to keep it clean. Okay? But there is something else. You have to pick it up. Are you keeping it clean? Your consciousness within yourself. Because if your consciousness has this little leftovers in there within yourself, what is going to happen? It's going to set up to failure. And the next hour, we are going to be learning at that particular energies of when the order within you is not an order, then is a disorder, disaster. Okay? And there's going to be some trigger that you need to be looking at into Mars. How can I put it? You kind of like a forcing it in there. And right now Mars says like, I got no power for this. You're going to be seeing it, what you should have done. Be friendly. Okay? Be friendly, because those energy is going to be able to help you out, you to be in a proper way within your own self. All right? The midheaven in the next hour, this is going to be at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a beautiful trine with Mercury and the Sun. Beautiful trine that it's going to be going into the both Liliths. So the oneself being friendly as the communicating from within itself, and with making the balance between the Liliths is going to be paying off. Even though that the moon is opposing Pluto right now, it's entering Leo. If you got something in that first degree of Leo, God bless your soul. You're going to be knowing those energies. You probably felt that for a long time. Certain things is kind of like telling you need to change, you need to evolve, you need to grow. Because the way you are, you're not growing. Okay? You're still doing the same thing over and over. You need something else. You need to be evolved. So when you evolve, the others will evolve. And that's how the kings are made. Okay? That's how the kings are made. All right. The next hour, the midcap is going to be at Cancer, of course, family situations, past and the future. What should I do? Where should I go? There is no balance within this, and the moon is going to be telling there is a balance. You balancing your emotions, everything else is going to be okay. You balance that emotions, you get that Libra between the good and the bad and so on. You're going to be going into the transformation, everything is going to be okay. So basically, the energy is going to be put you at this situation. At 10 o'clock, the energy, as the midheaven is going to be with Mars. Their focus within Mars is been over and over and over. We've been talking. He's looking for its own personal wisdom in the psyche, and that energy to go along with what is in the universe. That's it. So he can be able to understand how to bring those energies into Earth. Okay? Uranus and Taurus, heaven on Earth. That's it. That's the purpose. Uranus is responsible for all these cosmic energies, for everything that is out there. All right? To bring it down. And that is his purpose right now. But that's how he originated, because when you look at it, the symbol in there with the antennas, the locators, and there, this kind of like a satellite dishes that it's pointing out, he brings that energies down into the earth, but he brings that energies down to your self, which is the circle in there. So with that energy in the next hour, midheaven, it's gonna be with the moon. Here is this challenge, is that if you get everything in order, you're gonna be okay. But the divine energies from the North Node in Uranus is gonna be pointing out where the ascendant and the both Liliths. We spoke about this yesterday. Unhealed wounds, particularly from Mars, can trigger these Liliths, but at the same time, your intuition. You may find out things inside of yourself, they're not beautiful, they're not pretty. You can change for the goodness for you, but also for the goodness for everybody. Okay? So take the power of the oneself today. Go ahead, make the proper choices in there, and see how the things, the world all of a sudden change when you're living in the reality. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and be love.